Hello, welcome to Off Grid Thoughts channel. This is going to be a part two of the conclusion of this frame board build. This is the 30 watt times 6 build, and I think I made two mistakes with this. Um, Even though the way I built this frame board the, has a back cover. And I wanted to protect this from the weather, so that's why I built it the way I built it. So, but I think when I painted the back of the panels on the inside of the board, um, it trapped more heat on the front of the panels. So I think this board is suffering a little bit, at least, from overheating, because I think these are designed to transfer a little bit of heat through the plastic. And when I painted them on the back, that probably causes them to trap more heat. Um, and they have a wooden back cover, which that protects it from the weather already. So that's one thing I would do different when I build more of these boards. Uh, I'm not going to paint the back of the panels. Um, because that's just trapping more heat to the front of the panels. But uh, I'm also going to make these out of smaller wood, 1x2 instead of 2x2. So when I stack the 1x2s, it'll still have the thickness of a 2x2, which that'll be good. Um, so just those two things. Otherwise, I think I can get some usage out of the remaining panels that I do have. But just like with anything, you learn as you go. And I live in a hot environment where my house is located, so uh, I think that's going to be the recipe for the remaining panels, is to do it a little bit differently. Um, this board, I'll probably be, disassembling it, making it a little bit more narrow, maybe slightly shorter. But I'm going to be installing a 100-watt flexible solar panel in this frame board. Um, so I mean, we learn as we go. So um, other than that, I think, as I've mentioned in my previous conclusion video about this, um, the next board is going to be like 8 or 9 panels for each panel, and it'll end up being lighter weight, and they won't be painted on the back. Now I'm definitely going to paint the back covers, to protect it from the elements, from the weather. But yeah, so that's about all I have for this project. I'm currently working on a second 80-watt frame board. I've completed one, and I'll stop the video for a second and show you the 80-watt frame board build. This is my 80-watt panel board, and pretty much I'm going to be building probably, well, I'm building a second one right now. I'm going to be building probably a total of about 6 of them, because I have 6 of these 80-watt panels. But I'll just kind of give you a look on the back of it. This is the back of the frame board. I've got some masking tape just kind of holding the wires so they don't dangle. Um, This is thin board on the back, protect it from the weather. So this one is complete, this board. But there's all kinds of different ways to do things, and I'm just kind of doing this as I go because I want to build frames for all of my flexible solar panels. And another thing, I want to cover in this video, that's kind of about it for this panel. Like I was saying, I'm in the process of making a second one of the same thing. So I want to turn to this solar charge controller for a second that I was testing my panels with. But as far as like the hookup wire, this is some really cheapy primary wire, like automotive primary wire from eBay. And when I built my 6x30 panel board, I wired that with 10 gauge automotive primary wire, but that wire was much better quality. This stuff is like very thin stranded, and whether it's stripping the insulation back with a wire stripper or just trying to do it with a knife, inevitably strands come off of it. It's just so thin, and so I'd recommend just like using residential building wire, whether it's indoor or burial wire, if you're going to do a permanent install, or just some higher quality made in the USA wire, because this Chinese wire from eBay is just really junk. I'm probably going to end up tossing it in the trash. Uh, but as far as the controller, I'm very impressed with it. So that's about it for this video. Thanks for watching. Don't give up on your off-grid dreams. And that's why this is a long-term goal for me. I'm just doing it a little bit at a time as I have the time to do it. And, I'm going to end up with some pretty good stuff. Right now I'm just kind of putting a couple little areas on my house. I'm not, this system is just to, have a backup phone charging station, pretty much. Um, Probably the rest of my projects will be for my off-grid land. Um, so anyways, any questions or comments, please leave them in the comment section. Have a good one out there until the next video.